Hey, this is Miko, and today I'm gonna talk to you about selling EVs, selling electric cars specifically. In my video about product knowledge, I mentioned that selling EVs is different from selling other cars. For example, you really don't need to know much about Toyota Corolla to sell 20 of them if you had them in stock in a month. You do need to know a lot about BZ4X if you wanted to sell them. It's just different clientele. It's a different situation. It's a new technology that people are a little bit worried about. Unfortunately, it also became a political issue. Not going to get into it, but just face value. I'm an EV owner or at least one. It's great for the personal level. Works amazingly for me. I'm saving a lot of money and I enjoy it a lot. So, why do we need to learn about it? Well, for some dealers, you always have this inventory issue, right? Or some dealers do. Like, for example, minivans right now are hot. Nobody has new minivans. But what do you have? What do you do have in stock? You might have EVs in stock. So if you have them in stock, sell what you can see what you can sell. So there's a customer, there are cars, put them together, right? You just need to know how to do that. EVs are great for the right customer, not for everybody, for the right customer. You're going to create, it's going to be good for your reputation management, happier customers. And happier customers also kind of ties together. EV customers tend to be lease customers. And I love lease customers because that's your repeat business, right? A lease customer has to do something. Um, when the lease is up. At the minimum, they can buy out their lease, which you can help them with, and maybe get a little bit of commission, maybe get them something else. And the situation is difficult with EV cars. Like from when I was selling BMWs back in, I don't even remember, i3 came out maybe 2016 or something, 2015. And BMW did a lot on, to teach us and teach the clientele about these cars, but still it was a uphill climb. And today, not today, but last year, for example, I went to a Toyota dealer to do some training, and I looked outside on the lot. They had one truck, one Corolla, one something else, and they had six BZ4Xs, right? So to me, it's a no-brainer, right? That's what you want to sell. That's what you have in stock. And I asked the group of the salespeople that I had, how many of you know what the lead special is on the car? And there was silence. And then I'm like, okay, we have a problem. So my next question was, how many of you have driven BZ4X? And again, the answer was silence. So knowing the type of customer, how do you expect selling these cars if that's your situation? And at that dealership, the problem was a little bit, from the bottom because the manager did not believe in EVs, whatever that means. So whatever. But if you're a salesperson, you have EVs, this is what you need to know to be able to sell them. So first of all, product knowledge is crucial for EVs. Specifically, charging. How does charging work? What's the difference between level 1, level 2, level 3? Does your car have them? Can it be charged at a Tesla charger? Do you have an adapter? How does it work? What are the benefits of EVs? If you have a question, somebody will say, why would I want an electric car? What are the benefits? Note how to talk about torque, right? What is the torque versus horsepower? How the torque works differently in electric cars. The level of quietness, right? It's kind of like a given. We understand that, but people don't know that how quiet these cars are, basically because there's no engine running. Service costs. EVs don't require any of the service that regular ICE car, internal combustion engine car requires. So no oil changes, nothing with spark plugs. So like you literally don't need to service these cars other than check tires, replace them, check brakes, and washer fluid. So your dealer principal might not be happy, your service manager might not be happy, but your customers will be happy. And we're talking about sales here, so let's just concentrate on that. Reliability, again, fewer moving parts. Yeah, things fail, but you need to know, like if there's a question, if customers concerned about it, have the statistics for your specific brand, how many problems per car per 1,000 cars for EV versus regular car. Fuel savings. So obviously there's no fuel, right? But You need to know for your area, your region where you live, what is the cost of electricity, how it compares to gas cost, and like let's say per 100 mile average driving, how much will it cost the customer to charge it at home or charge it at a public station, maybe like level 3 station, and be able to communicate to the customer to provide them real benefits, right? Because if the car, if the lease cost on EV cars $500, but you can show them, prove them that they're going to save $500 a month, then that's a no-brainer, right? Who would say no to that? Just basically get a free car, but you need to be able to communicate that. Safety concerns. Again, since it's a political issue, there's a push on, some narrative, how these cars, like, they catch fire, you cannot put that fire out. Again, how does it compare to a regular gasoline powered car? Be able to communicate that. So again, product knowledge just on this level is extremely important, and be able to communicate it uh, so people can understand. People that may be, engineer types, but also like regular folks that will be able to understand the differences. Now, once you have that knowledge, show your knowledge and market yourself. That's a different subject. But if you can record, this is the content that your customers look for, that they will trust you if you can communicate it properly. Like, for example, you could record a video without even going to a car about differences between different levels of charging. And then that video, once it's uploaded to YouTube, every inquiry you get for an electric car, send them that video. And they learn a little bit. They will be appreciative. They will be used to what you look like. You now are used to what I'm look like and what I sound like. And this is how rapport is being built. So that's a little bit sideline. All right, so other preparation. Know what your customer is, know who your customer is, what kind of customers tend to go for EVs. For that, you can visit forums. There are EV forums on all kinds of social media, Facebook, Reddit. On Reddit, there's electric vehicles, and it's very active community. See what people ask about. What are their questions? What are their concerns? So you know what are the frequently asked questions. Know once you have a customer in front of you, and maybe the customer asked for EVs, maybe they didn't ask for EVs, but maybe they asked for something that you really cannot sell them, and you know what to ask. So I have a whole other video on how to switch people, especially on the phone. And the idea is that people might be asking for, again, with Toyota, everybody wants Toyota Sienna. They're impossible to get. But there are a few questions you can ask to find out that maybe there's another second option. And once you ask those questions, you'll be able to intelligently start the customer to think that maybe that other option that you have in stock will work for them. In this case, electric car. So the two questions I would always ask for any type of customer is, when you do the fact finding, or while you test drive, how long is your commute? So how long is your commute will tell you, you'll be able to translate it to annual mileage as driving habits. And another question is really important is, are you replacing a vehicle or adding a car? So first of all, it works for your trade-in strategy, right? If you're replacing a car, okay, is there a trade? So that's a whole other thing. You want to have it appraised. You do want to buy trades. But also you can find out if it's a family that has a gas SUV, then their second car, I don't see why a second car in the family would not be an EV. Just for any family in America, you have two cars, one SUV or a truck, the other one should be an EV, right? If that's the car you take the kids to school and go for groceries, by all means, it should be an EV. That's just going to save you so much money. So if I find out that you're driving 5,000 miles a year to pick up your kids from school and you have another car in the family, EV is the way to go. This is where I'm going to go. This is my opening. Now, if this is your only car and you drive a lot, that maybe I'm not even going to mention it, because as an only car for family, EV is a difficult car. So, but ask the right questions so you know if you can go in this direction. Next thing, again, I have a separate video for that. Everything's compartmentalized, but leasing. Leasing for educated EV customer, they're gonna lease the car because This technology evolves quickly. It's like an iPhone, right? You want a new iPhone every couple of years because the old one just gets outdated. Not anymore, but used to. But it's still the case with electric cars, right? Hopefully, in 2 years, there will be a lot of cars with, range that hopefully up to 400 miles. Right now, it's, 200. It's kind of like the average, 200, 250. So, uh, the upgrades in technology and rebates, a lot of incentives work best with leasing, right? That's why smart customers will be leasing them. But for you as a salesperson to be able to get those customers, you need to know how leasing works. You need to know the terminology, residual, rebates. How do rebates work? How taxes work, right? Because if there's like $15,000 worth of rebates, that could be taxed. So you need to explain why the drive off is so much higher on EV versus a cheap gas car. So really understand rebates, leasing. Understand rebates as well, and rebates are complicated because they're region specific. There's a federal rebate that could apply to everything, but there could be some state thing. They could be your electric company, power company offering a rebate. Your municipality can offer a rebate. I'm in California, but I hear a lot about Colorado, how there are leases for like $50 a month because they have state rebates. If I was in Colorado, I would be pumping those cars left and right because who would not get a lease for, $100 a month, right? So, but you need to understand that. You need to know how it works on purchase versus lease. So again, you can communicate and promote leasing. So you can get first of all, you're going to get a happy customer that's not upside down, like all the Tesla people. And second, you're going to get that customer back in 3 years to get them another car. So once you know that, you can have intelligent discussion with the customer. When the customer are there, you have to get them to drive it. Okay. Again, Corolla, I can sell Corolla without driving it. I can sell a truck without driving it. I mean, it drives like a truck. What else is there, right? I don't know. But EVs, when it's a new technology, you really have to get them to drive it. And while you drive it, first of all, you drive it first so you can show the customer that it's okay, push it, and to show them how this instant insane torque just takes you, and it's not even regular EV. It's not going to be crazy like 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. It's going to be like 5 seconds, but it's going to feel like it's super fast. So it's important to get the customer to feel it and bring their attention while they're driving, get them to try the acceleration, direct their attention to the quietness. And how you do that, I have a separate video on demos, how to do a test drive. But just a simple question, they're driving, everything's quiet, and you go, it's pretty quiet, isn't it? That's all you need to say, right? It's a guiding question that all they're going to do is going to think, is it quiet? Yeah, it is quiet. Okay, it is quiet. So now in their mind, it's really quiet. Technology features, show them how you can track the mileage, where it shows your range, how it works with navigation, all the cool stuff. Um, so torque, self-driving, if it has self-driving, by all means, it's not a really EV feature, but it's good to show that as well. And that's it. I hope you find this helpful. I hope you will get motivated and learn a little bit of EVs, especially if you have them in stock, as many dealers do. Volkswagen has them, BMW, Mercedes. A lot of brands struggle with some models, and they have a lot of EVs. This is the way to sell them. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, whatever people do.